everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to Mass Appeal on this Wednesday. I'm Seth Stutman. Ashley is unfortunately on assignment. Don't worry, she'll be back tomorrow. But if you're anything like me, you've already gone apple picking. I did it last weekend in 90-degree heat because it's so unseasonably warm. But if you've picked apples, and even if you haven't, we're going to show you how to make a couple dishes that contain apples. Today we're doing apple slaw. We're starting out with Tinky Weisblat, food writer, tinkykooks.com, hat aficionado. There's a lot of things you do well.
Well, I do wear hats well, and this is kind of autumnal, don't you think?
I would say it's autumnal, and you look like $1 million.
Thank you, my dear.
Apple slaw. So
apple slaw.
We're starting with the appetizer.
We're starting with, well, it could be, it's really a salad or an appetizer or however you want to use it. Would you cut this apple for me, please,
Sure.
into small-ish chunks?
Okay.
I have to say that, unlike you, Seth, I have been resisting the apples. I mean, they're ripe so early, and I keep looking at my trees, and they're dropping, and this is an amazing year for apples.
You know what I will say, and forgive me for being a little mushy, there's no better date that you can go on with your spouse or anyone, friend, than apple picking. I'll go apple picking with you, Tinks.
Okay.
Any day of the week. But no, it's such a blast. And then there's certain different apples are out at different times of the year, too. So you got to go at least 2 or 3 times.
Well, my feeling, well, I mean, at the moment, I'm going, I mean, this is not from my neighborhood because I don't have anything that big. But what we'll be using later is all from my street.
Really?
My trees and a couple from my neighbors.
I love it. How size-wise, how are we doing for the apple slaw?
I think it's totally up to you how big the pieces are.
Oh, perfect. Let's call it a day.
Okay, let's call it a day. So we have our apples. We have cabbage, which is also in season right now.
Yeah.
It's from my farm share. And I have to mention that this recipe comes from Michael Collins, who comes here sometimes with me from Ponte Restaurante. Michael is having cataract surgery today, so or he would have come.
Yeah, I was going to say, and he probably can't see us right now.
No, but maybe he could hear us, so we say, hi, Michael, hope you get better fast.
Much love. So, let's use his recipe and share it with everybody else. Is this a mayonnaise concoction?
This is mayonnaise.
You never buy mayonnaise, though, right?
I buy it occasionally, but this happens to be homemade. But you know what?
Buy the
mayonnaise if you want to. I just, you know, it's my thing.
It's your thing.
Yeah.
You're a lady who makes her own mayonnaise.
And the good news is, I mean, the bad news is Michael often uses light mayonnaise, and I have no idea how to make light mayonnaise.
No.
So this is full.
Just make less of it.
Okay, so we have our mayonnaise.
Do we dump it?
No, we need to mix a little dressing. So we're going to put in some honey.
Local, I imagine.
Yes, of course. Unpasteurized, so it's got all those good. I think that's plenty. It's supposed to be a tablespoon. I think that's a very generous tablespoon, but we don't care.
Yeah, we're having fun here. All right.
And a tablespoon of cider vinegar, also local, of course.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot. That's actually
the
more.
whole thing.
I meant that's why we have the tablespoon.
You said splash, didn't you?
It's my fault. No, I said tablespoon. Here, let's just take a little out.
Okay. I wanted to make it extra zesty.
It will be very tangy. I think if I take out a little more.
I'm sure Michael Collins will forgive us.
Michael doesn't mind. And a little paprika.
Okay, I'm going to put it right up here so we can all see it at home.
It's going to be very sprightly, but we put in a lot of honey, too.
Exactly. And the salt
and pepper.
Am I going to put the whole thing in?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
No, hey,
The only thing I didn't measure was the cider vinegar, and I guess that was, how shall we say, a mistake.
Well, and some might argue there are no mistakes in cooking.
I think that's so well put, especially when we're cooking.
Exactly.
Okay, so that looks beautiful. Now we're going to mix the rest of the salad before we add the dressing.
Okay.
So, and this is very simple. Pecans or walnuts or peanuts, the whole thing.
Okay.
Well, half cup. This might be a very generous half cup.
That's
and he said raisins, and I looked in my pantry, and I didn't have raisins, but I had dried cranberries.
As long as you get a different, sensation, you know what I mean?
Actually, the color is quite beautiful. Yeah. Okay, we're ready for the dressing.
Okay. All of it?
Yes.
I'm so nervous now. I'm gun shy.
I know.
That's okay. I just hate disappointing you, Tinky.
Oh, Seth, you could never disappoint me. Now I think it might be a little wetter than usual. Now I have
Could
to
be all
say
the apple cider vinegar.
That Michael also often puts in a little milk in the dressing, but because I rushed my mayonnaise, which I tend to do, my mayonnaise was very juicy. So I felt that I didn't need. And I should also mention that if you want to go to this trouble, and if you don't, you can salt your cabbage pieces and then drain them in cold water for a little while, and that crisps them up. And then,
then it'll be crispier.
Spin them. Yeah, but
okay.
So, but we don't always have time to do that. Would you like to try this?
I would love to try it.
It will be better in a few minutes, but it won't be bad now.
All right. Yeah, this is one of the things you put in the fridge for a half hour,
Exactly.
So.
But you know what?
Now, later in the show, we're going to be making the dessert portion of today.
That's right.
But
apple brownies, which will go beautifully with Ed's ice cream, I think.
Yeah, Ed's making blueberry ice cream. We've got that. I can't wait. I'm going to try a little bit of this right now. Also, a man with a sweet tooth, 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Nick Bannon. Nick, you were asking for an apple brownie. Also, you have one of your biggest fans right here.
Aw.